We've got a quick one for you today. We're giving a peek behind the curtain at Chrono24 sales data to answer the question, how important are bots and papers really? This is Time is Money, where the clock is always ticking and money is always moving. I'm Thomas Hendricks with Chrono24 in New York City. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell as well. It's silly YouTube stuff, but it helps us create more videos just like this. We all know the qualitative benefits, of course. Buyers, and especially those that consider themselves collectors, prefer to purchase full sets because it feels more secure and more complete. Now, the definition of a full set can vary from person to person, but at a baseline, we're talking about watches with their original bots and papers from the time of purchase. It's easier to find modern watches with bots and papers than it is for vintage watches. The main reason for this is that watches are now considered part of the collectibles market. So people know now that you're supposed to keep these accessories in your possession. Back when watches were simply everyday tools, that part wasn't so important. So people threw them out or lost them along the way. It's the same reason why you don't keep the bots and receipt for your blender, for example. Now that there's a robust collector culture and a robust watch market, people think differently about these things. Don't worry, if you do not have the original papers, you may be able to acquire supplemental documents from the brands themselves. These are commonly known as extracts from the archives. Longines is fantastic at this, for example. You send them photos of your watch and the movement, and they quickly tell you all about your watch for free. Reference number, movement number, where it was sold, and when. Other brands charge a fee for this kind of documentation, and the more expensive brands typically charge more for this service. For example, Swatch Group brands typically charge between 100 to 200 Swiss francs, while AP and Patek charge about 500. And now for a look at the numbers. We're analyzing pre-owned watches at all price points with the condition marked as either very good or good. And we're looking at watches being sold on Chrono24 from either the United States or EU. Here's what the data shows. Watches without the bots but with the papers typically sell for 7% less than full sets. Watches without the papers but with the bots typically sell for 14% less. And if it's watch only, no bots, no papers, it will typically sell for 17% less than a full set. Now that jump from 7 to 14% shows how much more important papers are than a box. And if the watch is from 1990 or before, the premium for bots and papers only increases. The older the watch is, the more a dealer can charge for a full set. Again, that's mainly because a full set for a vintage watch can be quite rare and therefore quite valuable. Let's wrap it here and keep it short and sweet. This has been Time is Money, where time only moves in one direction, but the market does not. I'm Thomas Hendricks with Chrono24. We'll see you next time.